Hey guys, how you doing? Sorry I didn't post last week. I fell severely ill, unfortunately. I did go to the doctor, and that turned out to be a huge joke. I basically got diagnosed with influenza A, B, C, D, E, F, G, COVID-19, 20 and 26, car accident, heart attack, cancer, and leprosy all at the same time. No, they didn't really give me that diagnosis. Do you remember when doctors actually helped you? Those were good times. Just dive right into my video today. It's gonna be a little different than the last two, and I hope you enjoy it.
You don't have a uterus, you don't get to make a decision.
Did you just tell me I don't have a uterus?
It will never.
Would you assume that guy doesn't have a uterus? I mean, if you get to identify as whatever you want, maybe that man identifies as somebody that has a uterus. I mean, you don't get to assume that.
Happen to you. It will never happen to you. Are you telling me that you have a uterus?
Well, you couldn't tell me I don't if I claimed it. My pronouns are uterus owner male.
I mean, he nailed the pronouns. All right, here we go. And then you get the feminists that are on there and they're like, we don't hate men. That's not what the message is with feminism. That's the wrong kind of feminism. We're just talking about equality, and then there's thousands of TikToks videos that are like, I am a feminist. Do I hate men? Absolutely. I digress. On to my next video.
Well, why do we have the expression that's a man's job?
Because certain things are a man's job. Because it's like, why gotta take the trash out if there's a man in the house?
But I want it 50-50. I also don't want to be part of the patriarchy. I just want what's good from the patriarchy because I deserve that because I'm a woman and I'm entitled and I'm a narcissist.
Right, so I'm just saying...
lift heavy things.
Well, right, but it says...
When I'm talking about equal rights, I want equal pay, I want equality, I'm not trying to get... I want to walk the streets and feel safe. That's what I want to do.
But I'm saying... Is it fair to say if you want equal privileges, you need equal responsibilities?
No, I want... Why is responsibilities with equality?
Because you got...
Why do I have to be responsible if I want equality? I just want men to pay for everything. I want men to do all the heavy lifting. I want them to do all the garbage jobs. And then I want to go to the club. I want to wear what I want to wear. I want to flirt with who I want to flirt with. But when I come home, there better be a man there to do the heavy lifting, a man to pay my bills, and it's 50-50. So his money's my money, but my money's my money too. Because that's 50-50. Girl math, I guess.
Just trying to get equal pay.
Because you got to take the bad with the good.
Why can't I just have equal pay?
Don't you have to take the bad with the good?
No, you do not. We just have equality, period. You see what I'm...
Okay, you can have equal pay when the ship's going down and the women stand up and they say, nope, this time the men and the children get to get on the lifeboats and the women are going to stay here and sink with the ship. That's when you get equal pay.
Not equality only when it benefits you.
No, I want equality, period. Because why do we have equality? It should be benefiting women because at the end of the day, men have more...
Of both good and bad, and all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. That doesn't work. So this is what happens when each individual has a voice.
But what about everybody else? Everybody deserves a voice. That's what we're taught.
A voice should be earned, not given away.
Now we have all these subcategories for feminism. We now have liberal feminism, radical feminism, Marxist and social feminism, cultural feminism, and ecofeminism. How many words do you people need to say that you're just making this shit up as you go? Okay, on to our next video.
If I find a girl that I want to make my wife, and I find her super attractive...
Your wife. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I would do. I would make her my wife. I would ask her to marry me and then make her my wife.
Interrupt so early on, but I do remember this video. The thing I hated so much is she's like,
make her your wife.
And like, I know where she's going with that. Like, he's saying, I'm gonna make this woman my wife. I'm gonna own her, basically. And that's what she's saying is it's part of the patriarchy of like owning women. When you get married as a woman, you also make that man your husband. So I don't own my husband and my husband doesn't own me. It's just you're making that person your partner. That's basically how I feel any normal person perceives it. Just look at it as like a really good friendship. So, like such a good friendship that you trust that person with your money, with your life, with your children's life, with everything. It's like that tight of a friendship, you know?
You say you are a feminist. You're 100% a feminist.
That is feminist.
You look.
Like,
You heard me say that.
Oh,
You
I want to
heard.
make her my wife. Like.
Yeah, because that's what I would
Matter.
do.
It's like I'm an equal human, the woman.
Well,
It's not about you
say
wanting
that.
to make her your wife.
Obviously, she would want to be my
She
wife.
has her own life. She wants to be your wife too.
Yeah, of course, but she's
She
not
wants
going
to go to the club. She wants to do her makeup.
No, she's not going to want to go
take
to clubs.
pictures.
She's not going to want to go to clubs. No.
She does.
Okay, so that's pretty much all I really wanted to watch out of that video. She's listing off things that women think that they can't do if they get married. It's like, she wants to go to the club. Why do you need to go to the club anymore? You're married. You found your mate. Going to the club is for finding mates. Why do you need to go to the club anymore? Doesn't make sense. Not even like you're oppressing women when you say you don't want them to go to the club. I don't want my husband to go to the club. I mean, like, if we're gonna go somewhere, we're gonna go somewhere together. And then she lists off, like, she wants to do her makeup. I've never once in my 7-year relationship been stopped from doing my makeup. Dress appropriately. Like, just, that's not a horrible thing to ask. I know, I used to be, like, super scandalous. I loved this short skirts, the low cut tops. I wanted my cleavage to hang out, you know. I had, like, skanky clothes. I loved that style. And then I grew up, and I realized, like, nobody will ever respect you if you dress like that. Nobody will take you seriously. Nobody's going to take you seriously when you have kids and you go talk to teachers and you're dressed like you're about to go to the strip club. Like, it's just called growing up. You get a husband, you grow up, you don't go to the clubs, you don't dress like a skank. Period. End of story. I even get into this video, I remember, like, thinking when I watched this, I hate this because women are like, I'm a feminist, but I still think that men should pay for all the dates. Because that's the only thing I get out of the patriarchy. I want the patriarchy to be equal to men and women, but I still want men to pay for everything. I hate that mentality.
This is my bad feminist take. If I'm going on a date with a man, I want to be courted. I do not want to go 50-50, because if I'm going to go on a date with a man, I am only open to experiencing the benefits of the patriarchy. If I have to pay to hang out with a man, I'm not going. And it's not even about, like, I could like the guy, he could be good company, but it's like the thought,
because she's so great, right?
of that makes me want to yak. Because if I'm going to pay to do something, I'm gonna do it alone. And I know that modern men want.
Well, then don't go out with a dude, okay? Like, if you want to do stuff alone all the time, then don't get a husband. That sounds like a really boring life for your husband. Okay, I'm gonna marry you, but I don't want to ever do anything with you.
We'll just sleep in separate rooms and have separate lives, but we'll be married, okay?
I want to go 50-50. Excuse me, sir. I am only going to participate in these patriarchal shenanigans.
You know, like, when somebody says a word too many times, and, like, I've watched a lot of feminist videos now, and I hear the word patriarchy so much. I recognize in the past that women were oppressed by men at one point, where they did get money and property held over their heads, but that is just simply not the case anymore. Previously noted in one of my other videos that Justin Trudeau, the president of Canada, made his cabinet 50% women, 50% men. So that is not true. The patriarchy is just not real anymore. Like, what is patriarchy? It's just a guy you don't like. We could just move on from that video. Way late on the bandwagon here. I know that, but Ben Shapiro did a rap song with Tom MacDonald. If you know anything about Ben Shapiro, he doesn't even consider rap to be music because it lacks harmony and melody, and all it has is rhythm. His words, not mine. Don't come at me. But he did do a rap song, and he actually did rap, and so I'm gonna play just like the first clip for you.
They call me offensive, controversial. It's only two genders, boys and girls.
They can't cancel my message cause I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world.
Claim that I'm racist, yeah, alright. I'm not ashamed because I'm white.
If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't wanna talk to folks who don't get it. Go woke, go broke, no hope, it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect it. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They've been taken down, they all been replaced with BLM flags or a rainbow.
This ain't rap, this ain't money, cars and clothes.
We ain't selling drugs, we ain't gonna overdose. We ain't pushing guns, ain't promoting stripper poles. We won't turn your sons into thugs or your daughters into hoes. I don't care if I offend you.
So cute in his little hoodie.
I was put here to upset you. You can cry and you can scream, you can riot in the streets. You defunded the police, now there's no one to protect you. I hope I offend you. I ask myself what would Ben do. Let's just keep it real, facts. Don't care how you feel, man. If you want my pronouns, I'm the man who don't respect.
Let's look at the stats, I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke, homie, no cap. Look at the graphs, look at my charts. You're blowing money on strippers and cars. You go into prison, I'm on television. Dogs, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet. My comment section all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes, I just did this for fun. All my people, download this, let's get a billboard #1. This ain't rap.
Okay, so I think the only thing I actually have to add to this video, because there was a plethora of reviews on this video. A, like the song, love it, think it's great. 2, I just think it's funny that Ben Shapiro raps slower than he talks. That's all I have to say about it.
I want to remind the public that Donald Trump and House Republicans also have their own ideas for the border. So let's review the majority's border ideas that they've actually presented. Here they are. Donald Trump actually has said that he wants to build alligator moats along the border. That's one of his...
Alligator moats.
Another idea that Donald Trump has promoted is he actually wants to electrify the border fence and maybe even put some spikes on the border. That's another Donald Trump and MAGA majority border idea. Another idea, which I'm not sure how well it would go, is he wants to actually bomb northern Mexico with missiles. That's another Trump idea. And finally, I think one of the ones that I think is the most grotesque is suggestions that instead we should maybe just shoot migrants in the leg.
First things first, what he's presenting in the courtroom were memes that were made. They weren't actually things that Donald Trump said himself. They were things that people were like making jokes about. It's hilarious because liberals make terrible memes, so obviously you guys didn't realize that these were just memes. But side note, I would vote for alligator moats like 100 times if I could. I'm just saying. That's a plan. We're letting them in by the thousands. They're pouring in through the border. I know that like enough news media has shown it for at least the majority of us to know. The faucet's wide open. There's no border. They're just like coming in. When people start saying things like alligator moats and electric fences, it's like, yeah, we gotta keep those guys out, man. There's 600,000 of them that are gotaways. Gotaways are people that ran from Border Patrol. Right now, Border Patrol is like the welcoming party. There's no reason to even run from them. So if they're running from them, it's because they have a criminal background. 600,000 people in our country with drug affiliation, human trafficking affiliation, humane by not wanting this kind of migration. Do you know what's going on in the midst of the migration? If you want to say keeping them out is inhumane, or saying, like, we're not saying we're going to have the alligators go eat them. We're just saying, like, cross over and they're going to eat you. And it's like, that's a deterrent to keep them away. And it's because they're not being kept away right now, because the faucet's open and people are migrating by the thousands here. We've got human trafficking, sell children for basically being exploited on the internet. They're personal slaves for people. They're working in factories, like small children. You cannot be a humanitarian and be for open borders. Allowing this to happen, it is backing up the evil that is going on. So, call yourself a humanitarian, but I don't think it's very humane to have children working in factories and being exploited on the internet for money.
Some of the cartel will actually use small children, some as young as 2.
When they are running from Border Patrol, they will throw the children on the road because our Border Patrol we have humanity on our side, so we'll go and tend to children instead of chase after them. They have no respect for human life, and they're pouring into our country. So it's like, yeah, man, go alligator moats. This is one of my favorite videos. We're gonna watch it, and I'll tell you why.
Your profile picture is a Zula. How did you watch Avatar and still end up racist?
I really enjoyed this video because I'm a conservative and I freaking love Avatar. It's one of my favorite shows. I would suggest that this person did not get the point of Avatar. Side rant here. She points out that the picture is a picture of Azula from Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Okay. Azula actually is a racist because she believes what generations of her family believes, including her father, which is the Fire Lord Ozai, who believes that their way of life is the best way of life and everybody should accept that way of life. And if you don't, you should be extinguished from the planet. Does that sound familiar? Like the radical left. If you don't accept what they say, if you question it even a little bit, they want you exterminated. Like you shouldn't live here. Like it's equality and it's love and peace up until you're like, okay, I don't agree with this one thing. And then they're like, you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're transphobic, you're homophobic, you're hateful, nobody should listen to you, you shouldn't be able to say the truth. That's exactly what happened in the show. Like, I don't get it. You didn't get the plot there. The firebenders did live and you weren't allowed to talk about certain things in the Fire Nation. And they did provide false propaganda through their media. That's what's going on right now. Maybe they're just a fan of Azula and they are a racist. Trump's not a racist. You have to stop saying that.
Things the media doesn't want you to know about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not a racist. I'm about to prove it. Before I do, make sure to repost this and watch this all the way through so this message can reach millions of people and open their eyes. Let's start with the opportunity zones, alright? These are part of the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, created under our big guy Trump. They are designated spots in economically distressed communities where new investments get some sweet tax treatment. Know who benefits most from that? That's right, people of color. Then there's the First Step Act. Man, oh man, that was a big one. Trump took one look at the prison system and said, this is up. So what does he do? Signs into law a criminal justice reform bill that aimed to make the justice system fairer, reduce overcrowding in prisons, and help inmates successfully return to society. And you know who that benefited the most? Again, people of color. But oh, there's more. Historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, you heard of them? Trump loved them. He signed a bill that permanently funded these institutions. We're talking more than $250 million a year. Still think he's a racist? Well, check this out. In September 2020, Trump announces the Platinum Plan, a massive $500 billion project aimed at black communities, promising to create 3 million new jobs for black Americans, open 500,000 new black-owned businesses, and increase access to capital in black communities by nearly $500 billion. Trump also put a big focus on prison reform and backed the Urban Revitalization Coalition. This was a team set to improve conditions in inner-city areas through economic development and policy reforms. Add to that, his administration focused on creating job opportunities and vocational training in disadvantaged communities, including black communities. So, next time someone tells you Trump is a racist, you tell them to get their facts straight. You tell them about the opportunity zones, the First Step Act, the HBCUs funding, the Platinum Plan, the prison reform, the Urban Revitalization Coalition, and the jobs and vocational training. And then you ask them, does that sound like the work of a racist to you? Because it sure as hell doesn't to me. Now that's a mic drop right there.
Stay awake, stay safe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and enjoy your weekend. Love your children.